Right inside your brain, like at this very second, there's a hidden chemical quietly making the absolute biggest decisions of your life. It's literally deciding if you're going to succeed or if you're going to stay stuck exactly where you are today. It's called dopamine. And look, the truth is, most people have this completely backwards. Some will tell you dopamine is this terrible vice, others act like it's the ultimate good. The reality? Well, they're kind of both right. But once you understand how this chemical actually works under the hood, I can promise you this: you will never, ever look at your phone, your social media, or your daily habits the exact same way again. So let's jump right in and figure out how to break free from its grip. We've all been there, right? Have you ever noticed this endless, frustrating cycle? You get this brilliant idea, you feel a massive rush of motivation, you go out and buy the domain name, you sign up for the gym, you start the big project, and then, bam, just a few days later, you hit a total brick wall. Suddenly, the idea of actually finishing feels absolutely impossible. You look up at this towering mountain of work ahead of you and you just feel incredibly defeated. If you've ever felt trapped in that loop, just staring at where you are and wondering why you can't seem to move forward, you are definitely not alone. And honestly, it's not just a lack of willpower. Section 1. The illusion. The truth about dopamine. Let's clear away the fog here and look at what's really going on. Here's the crucial piece of the puzzle. Dopamine is not the prize. Almost everyone assumes you get this huge dopamine hit when you finally achieve the goal or get the reward, but that's simply not how our biology operates. The largest dose of dopamine your brain releases, it actually happens right before the reward. It's all in the anticipation. Think about it for a second. Have you ever noticed that planning a vacation is kind of more exciting than the actual trip itself? Or actually, a better example, sitting there staring at your screen, waiting for a notification to pop up, is somehow way more addictive than actually reading the message? That's your brain rewarding you for the search. It's the hunger of the pursuit that drives us, not the moment of conquest. And, this brilliantly explains why we even have this mechanism in the first place. From an evolutionary standpoint, your brain really only cares about one thing: keeping you alive to survive and reproduce. So it dumps dopamine when you find calorie-dense food, or win a physical dispute, or gain social standing. This beautiful, powerful molecule is literally the engine that pushed all of humanity forward. It made us build and hunt and create. In that context, dopamine is fantastic. But today, the modern world has completely figured out how to hijack this ancient survival mechanism. And this is exactly where the whole thing starts to fall apart. Section 2. The invisible trap. The modern attention economy. Look, when you struggle to focus, maybe the real problem isn't that you're weak. Maybe you're just walking through a digital world that's precision engineered to exploit your biology. Right now, literally some of the most brilliant minds on the planet are working around the clock with billions of dollars backing them for one single purpose: to figure out how to maximally stimulate your dopamine. It is no accident that the like button exists. It's absolutely not a coincidence that notifications flash in that urgent, bright red. Every single detail, the endless ranking systems in games, the randomized rewards, it's all been tested and optimized to guarantee one specific outcome. They want to make sure you are never quite satisfied. So you keep coming back to pull that lever, always wanting just a little bit more. In this rigged game, we basically become lab rats pressing a lever. Our brains want that reward right now, even if it means we're going to suffer for it later. And just think about what this biological loop is costing us. People are willingly trading away hours, days, months of their lives. They're losing meaningful relationships. They're sacrificing their education, their physical health, that business they always talked about starting, all of it. Just traded away for a few more minutes of mindlessly scrolling. And for what? A fleeting, empty sensation that completely evaporates the second you put your phone face down. I really want you to stop and think about something right now. What could you have built with every single hour you've lost chasing that easy, cheap dopamine? Just imagine if you had taken all that time and actually poured it into building something real, to realizing that dream you've been endlessly putting off. If the life you're living today isn't the one you imagined when you were younger, it's not just bad luck. It is the direct compounded result of years spent feeding your brain with easy, immediate, and totally disposable stimuli. Section 3. The crucible, the 24-hour hard reset. But hey, here's the good news. There is a way out of this trap. Now, to be totally clear, the goal here is not to eliminate dopamine from your life. That's biologically impossible, and honestly, you wouldn't want to anyway. The goal is to aggressively cut off the instant, zero-effort sources of it. So here's the protocol for a 24-hour hard reset. Step 1, zero social media. Step 2, no passive consumption. That means no mindless TV, no video games, no junk food, no doom scrolling. Step 3, Embrace the silence. For just 24 hours, you cut the cord on any artificial stimulus trying to hijack your brain. Your one and only mission during this time is to forge your discipline by doing something that is incredibly difficult for the modern mind. You have to relearn how to be comfortable in your own company. And I'm not going to lie to you here, it's going to feel really uncomfortable at first. Most people these days have never truly sat alone with their own thoughts. Why? Because the modern world is designed to make silence feel absolutely unbearable. Think about it. The more uncomfortable you are with silence, the easier it is for them to sell you a distraction. But true freedom, you only find that by facing the discomfort head-on. It's right there, in the quiet you've been avoiding, that you finally rediscover your own inner voice, the voice that was just being completely drowned out by notification after notification.
Section 4. The transformation, reclaiming your life.
So, what actually happens when you start replacing those cheap distractions with sources of dopamine that require real effort? I'm talking reading, getting a tough workout in, studying, building something that matters. Well, absolute magic happens inside your brain. The benefits just compound beautifully. Because you're finally replacing the junk food with real nourishment, your brain readapts. It actually starts to prefer delayed gratification, the kind of reward that only comes after continuous hard effort. And that reward is profoundly stronger. Your focus naturally returns, your energy levels stop crashing and finally stabilize. You start seeing real professional results because you're actually following through. And piece by piece, your self-confidence is rebuilt. You suddenly realize you weren't lacking willpower at all. You just had too much easy dopamine competing against the things you truly care about. So look, if you've been feeling stuck, if you're starting 1,000 things and finishing none of them, just remember, you're in the invisible trap, but you are holding the key to step right out of it. It just requires walking away from the noise, letting your brain heal, and putting in the real, gritty effort that leads to lasting pride. I want to leave you with one final thought today. Your transformation doesn't start tomorrow, and it doesn't start next week. It begins right now, the moment you decide to face the discomfort and reunite with yourself. So what are you going to build in the silence, starting today?